The women that are here today are here for one reason. They want solidarity. They want all the women affected throughout the UK to be seen, to be heard.
So the Back to 60 campaign is huge. It's definitely one of the biggest ones we've had on 38 Degrees. It's just constantly, it's been kind of rolling for quite a while now, and every day there's just more and more people joining it.
I didn't expect the petition to go as good as it has gone, but I am very happy it has done. I know there's a lot of support out there for us ladies.
These women have come here today because they understand that Back to 60 is welcoming of all peer groups, all opinions. All we're saying is one voice, stand together.
I think it's extremely important for the people here and the people they represent to know that they are prepared to do this. This is the perseverance and the courage that is required to do it.
People have come here to kind of like physically be here and kind of represent all of those people and kind of, knock on the doors of power, as it were, to kind of, to present their voice, which is, hundreds of thousands of people that are upset and want to see the government do something different.
All these ladies are supporting each other, and that's a huge thing, because they actually feel quite isolated and lost, some of them. So to come together in this amazing group today and know that they can all lean on each other, because let's face it, we can't rely on the government to help them, so we have to help each other.
It's all part of a wall that's being built very steadily, so the public are slowly becoming more and more aware, and you have to have these demonstrations, marches, protests, films, social media. It's the whole panoply of bricks. And once it's built in that way, I think, and you can't take one out and say, well, we don't need to bother with that. You need to bother with everything. Like passers-by suddenly wake up. So for me, it's vital.
So I think this petition, this campaign, has grown so big because it's really real. Like, there's a real sense of injustice from the women who've had their pensions changed.
I feel strongly that Theresa May should reduce this pension age back to 60.
I think what is striking about this particular issue is that it's simple. It has the moral high ground. It is a serious injustice by those who are over the road in Downing Street, those in Parliament.
I've worked since I was 15 years old, and now I'm nearly 61, and I've been robbed. I've not asked him for anything that is not due to me, except for what I paid in. Not benefits, not anything. I just want what I'm entitled to of what I paid into the kitty.
I've had no notification from the government to say that they're going to increase the pension age to 66, and it's just not good enough.
Many people who have been doing jobs which have been cut by austerity, so they can't carry on working, and then they're thrown into the benefit system, which is really degrading.
I've worked all my career and I've raised a family. I've had domestic responsibilities, and I still do, and I've based everything on getting my pension at 60.
Some may not be fit enough or well enough to get work, and anyway there's very little work out now, and it's very low paid, so to suddenly find yourself having to go to sign on, it is a really degrading experience. I'm finding that myself personally.
This afternoon, when we delivered the petition to the Prime Minister, also included, well, that's kind of 658,000 supporters, plus we've got the survey evidence, which is damning.
We have very high percentages of ladies that have considered ending their own lives. a lot of ladies that have self-harmed. And generally there is something like 99% of women feel that their mental and their physical health has been extremely affected in a negative way by what's happening to them.
I can't believe that in the 21st century that women could be treated this way. Their suffragettes and parliamentarians are their persecutors.
I feel as if I have been mugged, and I've worked out that the government will have kept in excess of £50,000 that they would have paid to me had I been 60 a few years ago.
It's a very simple problem. It's their money. They paid into it in the first place.
We should have our pensions. We worked for it all our lives. We were told when we were left school, got a job at 16, you pay into this, you get a pension at 60. You don't get told when you're 59 with a phone call to say, sorry, but you're not going to get your pension till 65. And then I found out, when I was finding out exactly when I do get my pension, I found out it's 66. You know, and I think it's all wrong.
Now, I'm not suggesting it can be, you could start a prosecution in the same way as a robbery in the street, but it's not far off it. So a legal challenge should be mounted to a change of policy which unlawfully, in my view, deprives people of what is essentially their property.
We're talking about £58,000 we've lost in our income, you know, we are entitled to, and I think the whole thing is wrong.
Vitally important in a democracy that if you're suddenly going to, as it were, whip the carpet out from underneath somebody, and it's, if you like, whip the human rights carpet out from underneath and say, sorry, you're not getting what you can expect. You need to be told, you need to be consulted, it needs to be properly debated, and of course it's all happening now in reverse.
I expected my pension at 60 and I just got so much anger with this present government and previous governments that have absolutely robbed us of our state pension. And so I support the ladies here today and other campaigns that are fighting for justice on this issue.
I just think it's a really important cause because so many women are affected by this.
They want this reversed politically, and if it can't be reversed politically, then within the court framework.
I want to know what the government is doing with my money. What have they done with it? They're accountable, so I want answers.
Mrs May and your government, do not rest. We are on your case.
The aim here is that we don't shut up. They would love us all to be silent. They would love to shut us down, but it's not going to happen. All these ladies are, you know, they might be down, but they're certainly not out.
This is about energising the last leg of the journey, and I think we've achieved that today.
So I think one of the important things, and it's one of the things we always try at 38 Degrees, is to physically hand in the petition, you know. It's like the photograph of them knocking on the door, you know, and handing over the thing is it's almost like the receipt, you know, you've pressed the button on the internet and now actually something's happened in real life. And the fact that, you know, we bring along all of the names, like everyone who's added their details have been handed in, and, you know, kind of lands on the desk of the Prime Minister, you know, for them to realise it's not just random kind of, you know, internet stuff. This is real people with real lives around the UK, you know, and they maybe can't all make it here today, but their names are here, you know, and the rest of them are here representing them in spirit.
Delivering the petition survey and the documentary to number 10 has been a highlight of our campaign and of this year. We're ending on a high note and we just cannot wait for the new year to energise our plans further.
We've delivered the petition here to number 10 today, just a small group of us, but actually this is for all the women affected by the state pension changes out there. So we're doing this on behalf of every single one of you. You all matter, you all count.
For all the ladies that haven't signed the petition yet, I would urge you to please contribute and sign. It gives us more power, more people, and more help to get the government to hopefully change their mind.
And hold the direction. We need to hold the direction. Peer groups coming together is critical to the win, and each person can have an individual view, each group can have a view, but the common purpose is to hold the direction and And that really is the purpose of today.
But in addition to that, one other message is, if they don't change their minds, we don't want to have to go to court, but we will go to court in order to ensure that justice is done.